Hello awesome people, what is going on? It's BradPhusion here and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers Ascension. Now I actually started recording at a little bit of an odd time as a ship was getting awfully close to coming near our base, and it's now going away, but it got around about to I think 1,400 meters, which is so far the closest I've ever seen a ship come to us. So I was a little worried, but I decided to stop recording just in case something would happen, or if it would actually encounter us, but now it's going away, so lucky for us right now. I'm not entirely too sure if those types of vessels are armed in the game. I know what they are like in the Stargate TV show franchise, but as to how they are in the game, I'm not entirely too sure, because I haven't actually seen them yet. Though we did get quite close to seeing one just then. Goodbye, DeadTech. I'll see you next time. But anyway, back to our main ship here. Now, I have done a bit of work on this since the last episode, mostly getting everything all up and running and operational, which is working out rather well, though because of that little scare that we were having with the ship, which is now gone, I decided to try to focus on setting up at least a little bit of defenses or weaponry, just in case we ever need to encounter something that might cause us a little bit of harm. At least we'll have that up and running. So, as you can see, my lazy scaffolding is all around this place. Now, it's funny, because I know quite clearly that I could have used Skara to do a lot of the welding, but the simple fact that I was going back and grabbing small pieces of resources here and there to do what I need to do, and the constant tweaking that I needed, also I needed to put down the blocks, so there was that as well. But I put this up all over the place so I could just quickly weld what needed to be welded, as you can quite clearly see. We're almost done though. We've got everything on the underside here done. We just need a little bit more. I think it was only, what do we actually need? Just construction components was all I actually needed, I think, for everything here. Whoops, my mistake. Oh, I keep doing that. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, I just had to reload the world because we were having a few loading issues. Yeah, so I was making a few resources over here real quickly. Just as, so I could, when I started the episode, I'd be able to quickly finish it off, get the turrets up and running, and then we'd be on our merry way. I am still using this assembler, even though I know I don't necessarily need to. Simply because I just want to kind of dry out the few resources I have in here before completely removing it. And it just saves me time having to, instead of removing all the resources, putting them into a new station and then getting that all over and done with again. But I think, what did I come down here for? I know I needed that, but was that all I actually needed? Because I have this station and I have the station at the Outpost Alpha working on resources for me, just so I can get this little bit done. And this has kind of been my main process for the last hour or so, whilst I was watching some anime. Because, well, why not? It was quite relaxing for me, so that's probably also why I didn't use Skara, because I was focused mostly on just watching my TV shows, which I quite like to do. There we go. Put you up and running, and you... There we go. And just a little bit over here as well. I think that should get the most of you running, because I already have done up there, which is a little harder, because I actually had to have a little platform, if I go back to the right tab. Again, I could have used the ship for this, but for me, when I was doing what I was doing and just focusing on building, I really wasn't bothered at the time, so I was pretty much just doing that, and then building up there, but I removed it, for whatever reason. I'm not too sure why, but so let me just get this done whilst we're here. And we need small steel tubes. Yeah, it's been like this quite a bit, but this shouldn't take me too long. I'm going to probably fast forward a lot of this, obviously, because I don't think you guys necessarily need to see this. Do we have any small steel tubes? We do. Nice. Yeah, it shouldn't take me too long to get this all set up here. But, yeah, so I'll probably see you guys in just a quick second. Oh, you're kidding me. Really? Okay, so I apparently died by stepping a little too close to the gate when it was opened. I wasn't actually that close, though it does seem to move around when a ship moves around, so that's kind of a little upsetting. I'm hopefully allowed to get a lot of my resources off of my body, but with the fact that my body should still be sitting there. But yes, I was almost done with everything as well. I only needed a little bit more of computer blocks, or computer chips, or whatever you want to call them, to finish off the turrets on the top side. Please, oh please, let my body be here. Oh, here it is, kind of rolling along on the ground there. But I grabbed some gravel as well. I was going to put the gravel into the gate. That was my original intention. But let's quickly grab that out of there. I'm not too sure how to remove bodies though, now that I think about it. Yeah, I was trying to stand here so I could activate that and put some gravel in it. Because if I have gravel in the gate, it will now make a sound whenever it dials. And I can actually use the iris too, which is quite neat. So I press that, you guys can see it'll light up and everything. But again, if I access its... where do I access that? Summoners here. If I access that, I can actually turn on a shield, which is really quite cool. But you need gravel inside of the gate to actually do that. So that's just to hold off attackers, even though I don't necessarily think I'll be attacked. But that would be quite scary, having people come through my gate to attack me. Now, again, we're pretty much done. I just need to get Skara to come down here, pick me up, take me up to the top, and we'll basically be done. So that is out. And then I'll obviously get one of the... Because, I mean, I can pretty much just leave one of the assemblers dedicated to... whatchamacallit, dedicated to producing ammunition, basically. And then we'll have an endless supply. You're probably wondering, I guess, why I went with the Gatling turrets over the other ones. Primarily just because I don't necessarily want to destroy any ships that come across, but more so get rid of some of their components. So I'd much rather do that instead. Here we go. I was a little confused with my orientation for a second then, but we're good. Let's come up here. This music sounds really, I don't know how to explain it, honestly. It sounds really quite evil. It reminds me a lot of the Gould music. So here we go. Before I turn these on, though, what I want to make sure is I have all the stations set to being owned by me. Because if I don't do that, I'm pretty sure... I don't think they'll have ammo to fire, but I still don't want them to fire at me regardless. So let's just get this done here. There you go, buddy. Hello. And we should have enough to get all of these done. Now, I've added this turret to the front. This was actually going to be a missile turret. I will change it over in just a second. Because we have the four... Let me stand up here so it's easier. We have the 4 turrets like we had, or like the station had originally. But I've got this little extra bit down here just because it lined up quite well with where the conveyor pipes are going by. So I was thinking having a special turret here, even though I don't have any turret mods on. But maybe a rocket turret would be good for this one. We might actually change it over in just a second, because I don't think that will cost me any more resources to do that. So yeah, we'll grind that down in just a second and replace that with a missile turret. That way we do have a little bit of a more offensive weapon, even though I might keep it off for the most part, unless I really need to attack something. But for the most part, the Gatlings will be here for defensive reasons, and that missile turret will be, again, if I really need it. So yeah, there's the main weapons online here, which is quite nice. Again, they need ammunition, but still, a turret is a turret, and it might scare off whoever decides to come near us. So yeah, let me just quickly get rid of this here, and we'll add the other one. Hopefully I have the inventory capacity, which I do, and we'll go get the other one right now. Where is it? Here it is, missile turret. I think it might require a little bit more, but I've never really used it, so here you go. It looks cool though. So yeah, I could probably even control this one manually if I so desired. But there we go. Okay, so now we have a missile turret and 4 Gatling turrets as our main defenses, or topside defenses anyway. So yeah, awesome. I don't know what they're staring at. Oh, it's at this train. Oh, because this one wasn't actually set to be owned by me, was it? Let me just quickly do that again, because it's targeting the train spark, which actually isn't my vessel, as you can see. But I am hearing a constant grinding sound, which is rather strange. I'm not too sure what's actually causing that. But what I will do is I'll come back down here to the train spark, and I'll convert this over to being mine. For whatever reason, I never actually did that. I think because I always kind of like respected that it was owned by someone else, and I never bothered to change any of it. But here we go. Change it over to being me. Now you'll stop targeting it. Okay. So now it's time to get back on the road for an adventure. Actually, before we do that, let me actually... I keep saying actually. I was gonna say, let me get one of these assemblers processing ammunition, given that it has the right resources. What is actually required? God damn it. What is required to make ammunition? Oh, right, I have the azimuth weapons, but they're not turret forms, so... here we go. NATO rounds is the right ones. I need... oh, only nickel. That's cool. Yeah, so we'll grab the... yeah, we'll have these produce a few of them. And then... oh, hang on, no, they require the ammo containers. Whoops, my mistake. Yeah, here we go. And you still require nickel anyways, so... let me quickly go... do we not have nickel anywhere inside the ship at all? Nickel. No, but I do know that Outpost Alpha has some nickel. So we'll bring back that nickel, and we'll start producing some ammunition for the turrets. Okay, there we go. We have it now, at least it was, producing a little bit of ammunition. Now, what are we lacking for that? I'm pretty sure we're just lacking... hang on, let me just remove that real quick here. Get another try. What are we actually missing? Nickel and magnesium. I thought we did have nickel, though. We have a little bit of nickel, maybe not much at all. I think the other station was more likely to have more nickel. No, we took all the nickel. So we are actually low on nickel. What we will do... in the next episode, anyways, unless we do find something in this episode, we'll go grab some nickel. Or we have nickel there, but I don't know why that was so impeding on us. But, right, I'm making that the wrong assembler, aren't I? Assembler 4, here we go. So we have the nickel, we're lacking the iron and the magnesium. I keep forgetting which assembler we have to use for this stuff. But there we go. Okay, I assumed it was just going to grab the resources from the network, which should be set up to do so. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't grab it like that. But there we go. So we now have it producing some ammunition, and if you look over at the turrets here, you can see that they are grabbing their own fair share of ammunition. Now, the one thing we are lacking is the missiles, but they require a little bit more than what we currently have, I think. At least for that to produce. Maybe I can get one of the other assemblers to do that for me. Let me just quickly go here and just see if I can get this one to make some try to maybe just see if it'll grab resources from elsewhere. Which one was this again? Assembler 3. I do admittingly wish that no, it can't. Yeah, I do wish that when you were... hang on, let me just explain this a little bit easier. When you interact with, say, an assembler like this, and it says Assembler 3, and then you go over to production, I kind of wish it would leave you in Assembler 3 instead of going back to Assembler 1. Maybe that's just me that gets annoyed by that. It would be nice if it worked otherwise. But regardless, there it is. So, yeah, you're now producing ammunition. What I will do... I'll do that my own time. I was going to say I'll grab the resources from this assembler, empty it out, and then I'll remove it. But we'll remove it another time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly forth a little and do a few quick scans and see if anything comes up on the forward radar that we may not have discovered once before. But before we do that, we'll need to go and dock the Skara in. So let me just quickly go and do that. Skara? Whoa. What? Oh, right, my camera. Where are you? You should be quite close to one of the sides of the dock. Kind of. Yeah, let's put you inside here. And then we'll be on our merry, merry way to explore once again. Come down here. And dock it in. Dampeners off, control off. There we go. Okay, we're moving once more. So, yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying this series. Admittedly, we had slowed down for a little while to mostly focus on getting the ship up and running to create the biggest ship that we possibly could with what we had on us. Even though, what are we missing? I don't know. I mean, there might be more components of this type of ancient Goa'uld themed structures that we haven't came across yet, and that would be quite cool to do so. But for now, we work with the 3 that we were given, and we made a decent-sized ship out of it, which I think is quite nice. So we have our own facilities of sorts, we have our own defenses now, and this is quite a beastly-looking ship, I have to admit. I personally like the look of it. It looks a little strange, but I do like it. It definitely looks good with the front now. That glass cockpit, I quite like. But yeah, so now we're speeding up a little bit here. We're up to about 7 meters a second. A little slow, but it is what it is. Now, I'm going to quickly do a scan here once we get up to speed. You know what I could do? I will search for forward. Oh, hang on. If I could spell forward, right? Get all these here. I just thrust them up. Now, what this will do is this will hopefully... Yeah, there we go. Now those thrusters are thrusting and I don't need to worry about a thing. Nice. Now... yeah, let me just quickly type in to scan here and see what we can find. A drifting teeny, a stationary large, and stationary teeny. Teeny tiny. Nothing really directly in... oh, well, I mean, they kind of... the first 2 are kind of in front of me. A drifting teeny, though, of 16... I mean, that'll take a little while to get there. Elevation of 18... and an azimuth of -38, which is a little bit to our right, left, sorry, and a little bit upwards, and not too far in front. So, admittedly, this thing will take us a little while to turn around. So, it, you know, by the time we eventually turn around, we might be there. Though this ship is quite slow in that regard as well, so it might take us a little while to do that as well. But still, that's probably the one thing I could probably work on the ship is its speed and rotation, which just simply comes down to the gyroscopes and the thrusters. I'm still looking for a thruster mod I'd be happy with. I know a lot of people were expecting me to use the Titan engines, and whilst I like the Titan engines, I don't feel that they'd suit the ship's design in a way. The ship has a very kind of grey, darky feel with the orange thrusters, and I kind of don't want to go away from that and stick on a blue Titan. Or I think there is a Titan mod for the orange ones, but they still look out of place for me. There's something I'm missing that I haven't noticed too many mods do, and that's a really large thruster, but it's just a block. Like, the thruster part doesn't extend outwards. It just looks like a... I don't really know how to explain what I'm referring to, but let me just do a quick scan here again. It still is -30 and 11 up, but we are getting closer, so... we'll see what that is. The other one is the stationary large, a little bit too far away, but I want to see what this teeny thing is, because it might be adorable. It might be one of the, it could be a repair ship for us, which would be rather nice. So yes, let's rotate around again, and I'll do a quick scan. I might fast forward until we get there, though it might take me a bit of time, so I might just skip ahead. Okay, so we are actually just about to pass the ship right now. Now, what I'm hoping to do is to get within, as you can see, we're just about to pass it on the left side here. So if I get inside Skara, I shouldn't have an issue flying out there, retrieving it, or looking at it at least, and then maybe flying back, just kind of a little bit of an inspection. Now, there might be a few issues with this, so this will be a little dangerous to say the least, as we are decelerating in a way. At least I believe we are decelerating. Yes, we are. So if I detach here, you might notice there might be a little bit of fighting going on, but there we go. So, where are you, other ship? I don't know why I can see my character's face right now. That is a little odd, but there we go. At least I've removed that now. Where was the little ship then? We didn't fly past it too fast. I swear we didn't. Yeah, we're here, slowing down, and you were just back here a little. Turn up my HUD real quick, just so I can see if I can see the little thing. It definitely wasn't too far away, and admittedly we were flying past it at a decent pace. It might be just that down there, or is that just debris? What am I looking at? I see something flickering as it's flying past. I have no idea what that is. You guys probably can't see that, but it's going extremely fast. What are you? I don't know what I'm watching. Can you guys see that in the video? It might actually be the ship, and I'm just flying past it at... Oh, right, because dampeners. Okay. Is that the ship? It could be. It just was so small. It looked like there was a random pixel going past on my screen at really high speeds. Anyway, we're not too far away from... Yeah, this must be it. It has to be it. Or it's something, that's for sure. What are you? What? I'm confused. What are you meant to be? Did I just find a ruin of something? Is that not what I was meant to find? I mean, if that's what I was looking for, then that's just disappointing. Let me do another... Can I do a scan from this thing? That apparently is the thing we were looking for. Well, that is a package full of disappointment, to be quite honest. I mean, we can grind it down, but is it really worth it in the end? Again, I was hoping we'd come across something really cool, but then again, it did say it was tiny. But I was expecting tiny to be... Oh, I don't know, a small ship of some kind, not a floating piece of junk or scrap. Anyway, but yeah, you know, we'll grind it down, we'll get what we can from it, and then we'll fly back to our ship and be on our merry, merry way. But I think that'll have to do it for today's episode. Sorry for the rather disappointing ending, to say the least. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys next time. Stay awesome, everyone.